All right, welcome back. We are continuing our discussion by answering the question, or me asking you the question, are you convinced? Now, to review a little bit, we come across tasks, we come across things in our life that seem really overwhelming, and it seems like there's no way that we could do it. But we have to realize that it's not because of who we are, it's not because of our abilities, but we can make it. So remember, the definition to convince is to move by argument or evidence to belief, agreement, or consent, a course of action to persuade. And we're looking at the story of David and Goliath, and we talked last time that we have to be persuaded, we have to be convinced that with God all things are possible. Now, secondly, I want us to look at this aspect of the story from David and Goliath, and I think about the fact that God uses underdogs. It's amazing how people love underdogs. We just finished March Madness, and I know that many people enjoy that. I don't know how your bracket did. My bracket did pretty well, and I know we were all rooting for Kansas and just fell a little short. But you think about every year, it always comes down to underdogs. There's always these small schools or these less famous schools, and they're those underdogs, and obviously they call them Cinderellas in the tournament. We just finished the Masters, and probably an underdog was Bubba Watson, who won that. And they're all inspiring to us, and probably because I think because many times we have been that person that at one time we're picked last. I know I've been picked last. I don't know how many times. It hurts. It makes you sad. It makes you sometimes mad. Maybe you've been cut from the team. Maybe you've been left out where everybody's going to do this and they don't ask you. They're going here to experience this. You're not invited. Or you didn't make it on this team. You didn't do this. But when I think about this story, I think about David was supposed to be the delivery boy. That's, as you look through 1 Samuel 17, you'll see that that's what he's doing. He's going along, and he comes, he's delivering food for his brothers, and but he starts asking, and they start asking him this question. He's wondering what is going on, and all of his brothers, the king, everybody's saying, don't worry about it, go on home. You really don't belong here because you're an underdog. But you have to remember, and David begins to tell them, hey, he's beaten the lion before, he's beaten the bear before, and this is just this story. I think about Gideon, a victory that he beat so many people with only 300 men. I think about Elijah, who took on 450 prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel. So the Bible is filled with so many stories of underdogs, and we have to realize that without Christ, we are nothing. And even with Christ, we are underdogs, because the world many times don't think that it doesn't think that we can live for God. It may be our own self. It may be a family member. It may be a friend. We give our heart to the Lord, and somebody comes along and says, oh, it's not going to take long until you fail. They know our past. They know our life. And so they're so quick to point out that we're not going to be able to make it. And a lot of times our biggest enemy is ourself. But I want you to realize, and even if you have to take out a big piece of paper and make a U, you and I need to realize not only with God all things are possible, but God uses underdogs. Look at the Bible. Over and over and over it happens. And I want you to be that underdog, that champion that God uses for His glory, because you can do it, but you have to be convinced. I've been one of those people that's been left out, not picked, picked last, and I was an underdog, and God helped me.